style it weird ways, use hairspray, this and this and this. Yeah. And I was so depressed about it, man, that I again ended up in another doctor's office about a year ago. And I don't think I've ever felt that terrible before. And I was like, man, I was literally about to go in there and have surgery. I'm 28. I'll be 29 next month.
Yeah.
So I pretty much had a full head of hair until I was about 21.
Right.
20 years old. I had 21. I used to rock the shaved head look all through high school. So when I got to like 19, 20, you know, I started feeling a little more mature. So I started growing my hair out, had the short cut on the sides, long on the top. And right when I turned 21, I went to shave my head again, you know, because it got summertime down here in Atlanta. It gets hot. So went to the barber. He shaved my head, and he was just kind of like, hey, man, you know, looks like you're kind of receding up here. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, what do you mean? He was like, I didn't know what he was talking about because my brother's got a full head of hair. You know what I mean? Like most of the guys in my family have a full head of hair. So I was like, that can't be right. But fortunately enough, it wasn't too bad, you know. It was just kind of like up in the corners. So I was like, whatever, man, I'll just grow my hair out. You know, I'll just rock the long hair look for right now, and I'm just not going to worry about it until about a cut. And that went on for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And it was about when I was 24 when I went back to I did grew my hair out for a little while, went to the barber, and he was like, hey, man, I don't mean to stress you out, you know, but he's like, you're thinning on the top of your head. And I was like, my stomach just like dropped.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, I can cover this at the time, but I can't cover this. You know what I mean? So of course you go through those phases where you're like, why me? Like, why is this going on? Like,
yeah.
You know, this is who I am, you know, and you start thinking so far outside of the norm of what you think you can do and what you're able to take care of it.
Yeah.
So it started getting real, man. Like, I've never really had a problem, like, you know, dating wise. I've always been a pretty confident person when it comes to communicating with people. So it never really affected me, like, in that aspect of my life, but it was always in the back of my mind. You know what I mean? Kind of like not a fake persona, but being confident, but still being insecure.
Yeah.
And it just got to me, man. I was battling so much anxiety about it every day. You know, I was thinking like, when's it going to happen? Is today it's going to fall out? When's it going to be the day where it's super noticeable? And unfortunately, you know, and thank goodness I did get there, but I actually ended up at a doctor's office 2 years ago, and doing PRP treatments.
Yeah.
Went through one of them, you know, and I got a 5-year-old son too. So I dropped him off at school, you know, drove all the way down an hour away to this office for this procedure, you know, and they go through with it. And it wasn't until on my ride home where I literally was just like looking at myself and I was like, what the hell am I doing? You know what I mean? I just went to a doctor's office, had them draw my blood out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
This whole thing. And it's like, what am I doing? Like, this is crazy. Yeah. Like, why am I stressing out this hard, you know, this much about something that I have no control over? But it's not something that's easily explained, you know?
Yeah.
I can ask those questions, but I don't, at the time, had those answers. So I was like, you know what? That's all I'm doing right now. You know, the PRP did work. You know, it did work a little bit. I did one time, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to rock this until it happens, and then we'll go from there. And that was fast forward a year to last year. You know, my hair started, you know, I guess once the PRP started, you know, not working, my hair just started falling out. My hairline went back further, way further than it was before. It was definitely down under here. It's gone back. You know, I've had to style it weird ways, use hairspray, this and this and this. Yeah. And I was so depressed about it, man, that I again ended up in another doctor's office about a year ago. And this time they were talking about hair transplants and all this other stuff. And I was like, all right, I was literally going to do it. literally going to do it. $8,000. I was going to do it. And then I literally stopped before I signed it. And I said, you know what, man, I need a day to think about this.
Yeah.
I left. And I don't think I've ever felt that terrible before. And I was like, man, I was literally about to go in there and have surgery.
Yeah.
Like, that's real.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, I was like, this is crazy. Like, why am I doing this to myself, you know? And it was just kind of like the way I thought about it was like, you know, I've got a son. He's real young. And I tell him every day, you know, just to be himself. I encourage him to be himself. And, you know, for me, I looked in the mirror and I was like, I'm not even living that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about what everybody's thinking about. And it just got to me. So I told myself this year, I was like, you know what? At some point, it's going to happen, and I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to wait until then. And today, this week, after I saw your videos a couple weeks ago, I just was super inspired. Guys, you know, come together, you know, and talk about it and make it open and an open discussion. It definitely gave me the inspiration just to say, you know what, it's going to happen. It's just inevitable. So here I am. It's just, you just have to come to a realization that this is just who I am. Like, I thought to myself, I was like, no matter how many procedures I do, no matter how many doctor's visits I visit, like, this is still going to be in the back of my head. You know, it's still going to be on my mind every day. I'm still going to be worried about, does it look good? Is it working? Like, and I'm just over it, man.
Yeah.
So, and I figure, you know, it's going to be difficult to do it, regardless of when and how or where, you know. So I'm like, I might as well just get it over with and just move on. I think it's the biggest part, you know, is just feeling like when you're in this position, and, you know, it's like trapped. You know what I mean? It's like like trapping like yourself almost. It's like at the time, like I said before I got to this point, like it just didn't make any sense to me, and I think what frustrated me, I was like, okay, well, I know this is happening. I know it doesn't look good, but I'm still willing to hold on to it for whatever reason.
Yeah. And
I think you say it's right. It's because I have no control over it. You know, mostly anything in your life, you have control over. You know, I have control if I want to grow this out, or what I'm going to wear, or if I want glasses or contacts, or you know, anything. When it comes to this, it's just kind of like, I think people feel like that it's a burden. You know what I mean? Like, oh wow, why me? And it's not really that kind of mentality you should have. Like I said, I've always been confident in almost every aspect of my life, whether it's work, you know, socially or whatever. So for this to be the one thing that's gotten to me the most, that's what's really drove me insane. I was like, I don't need this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still going to be me regardless.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still going to have the same relationships with my friends. You know, my son is still going to love me exactly the same. You know, I'm still going to be successful at whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to do it confidently, you know, and that's the mentality that I had to just tell myself. I was like, this is who you already are. You know, like you're already yourself. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. And like I said, I shouldn't have felt like that, but obviously that's just the first reaction you have is like, oh my God, like my life's over. Like, what am I not going to be able to do now?
Yeah.
You know, I think it's the first thing people start thinking about is what you're not capable of. They're like, all right, now I'm not capable of being attractive, or I'm not capable of finding somebody that I find attractive that's going to feel the same way about me now. And it's like, who the fuck cares? You know what I mean?
All right, guys, today's the day. It's been 8 long years of dealing with hair loss and anxiety and, you know, whatever, just hair, right? I'm gonna just go ahead and get this over with, so give me a second to set everything up, and we're gonna go ahead and do this. Cheers, fellas. What's up, Baldcafe? This is Dustin checking back in. This is about 24 hours after I shaved my head. I didn't really get the actual footage of me going through with it, but man, it is what it is. This is a kind of a better shot of my look right now. definitely feels a little weird, definitely feels a little off, but I just realized I had to man the fuck up, you know, be myself. This is who I am. And it's gonna take a little adjusting, you know, but I think I just need to kind of tan a little bit up here, get some complexion. But other than that, I'm super happy, and yeah, cheers guys, much love. It's been a couple days now since I've actually shaved my hair off, and just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of how things have been going, how it's been. First and foremost, I have slept in an extra 45 minutes for work the last 2 days because I had to get up and fix my hair before I left. So positive, number one. Number two, it's been cold here down in Atlanta the last couple of days, so I've actually been able to wear a beanie, which before I don't think I have done that in probably like maybe 5 years, because obviously you guys know you're thinning and you're styling your hair, you know, you can't really wear a hat because obviously it's gonna mess it up, and you know, then this is gonna kill your mood, and if it's gonna kill your mood, it's gonna ruin your day. So that's positive, number two. Number three, not that it really matters too much, but I've had a lot of women that I've known over the years reach out to me personally just to let me know that they love the new look. They think I look great, and yeah, like I said, not that it matters too much, but it's always something in the back of your head when you make a decision like this. Like, is it gonna look good? Like, am I gonna look good, or are women gonna find me attractive? So I can go and check that off the list of things that I was concerned about that's a positive. And you know, last and most importantly, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy with the look. I'm confident in myself. It just gives you another level of confidence, you know. And it's pushed me to go to the gym more the last couple of days, you know, get my body right. So it just makes you want to make up in other areas, you know, whether it's what you're wearing, or if you're in shape, or, you know, like I love wearing glasses, you know, or growing a beard. There's so many ways to be you and be unique. I was so caught up in this small part, this small little bitty thing, and I let it control my life. So I know a lot of you guys out there are probably feeling the same way, but just let it go, man. Own it, be you. And I want to give a shout out to the community. I want to give a shout out to Baldcafe. And yeah, I couldn't be happier, guys. And hopefully this video inspires others to do the same. Y'all have a great day.